It's Ask Floyd here, IGTV exclusive. One thing that I wanted to do when I first got started doing my show, Ask Floyd, was to be that guy that could keep it real. Be that guy that you could look to or people could look at and say, hey, he looks like me. He came from where I came from, and he was able to find a way out of that and have success. One thing that's important to me is that I don't try to sell you or anyone that's listening or watching the dream that it's just going to happen overnight, and that even that I was successful from day one. I have lost a lot over the years. I pretty much really got into business full time after I graduated. I was started about maybe 19, 20-ish with my businesses, and I'm trying to tell you I have taken losses, many losses. I mean, to the point where I not only lost all of my money, I lost other people's money. And that's just, that was horrible. And I've done it quite a few times. But I do want to encourage now, at the end of the day, I did not have all the resources that are available to you today. I did not have the internet. I didn't, and honestly, like that's the main resource that can actually kind of turn the tide on any business and give you plenty of opportunity, plenty of access, plenty of resources is the internet. I did not have that when I first got started, but I mean, I have done so many different business ventures that failed. But the one thing that was consistent through that was we learned lessons. I learned lessons. And B, I never gave up. And that's really what this whole thing is about. What I want to do with Ask Floyd is I want to encourage. I want to inspire. Number one, for you to not give up on yourself and for you to persevere through everything that you're going through in business while you're pursuing your dream, because it's a dream. It's tough. Nothing's going to happen overnight. Nothing's going to be easy. The game just wasn't set up like that. But if you do persevere and you don't give up, you can eventually get there. Now, what you have now in a resource being the internet, or even me DMing me or emailing me, and me being able to give you the resources or the ideas or the experience or the wisdom that I've gained over my years, that's going to cut down on the time that it takes for you to have success. And so, like, that's what I really want to encourage is, number one, don't give up. Give everything that you have. Put all the effort that you have into something, and when you immerse yourself in it and you live it, I think that over time you will succeed. There's no doubt about it. You will find a way to succeed over time. But it wasn't easy for me. It won't be easy for you. But if you do persevere and if you are diligent in your efforts, you can definitely succeed at a higher level. So, at the highest level. It can definitely be done, but you cannot give up. You got to stay focused. You got to cut out all the noise around you of all the people that are telling you you can't do it. It's going to be difficult. You don't have the resources. You're not smart enough. And God knows some of those things can come from some of the closest people to you. I mean, I've had family members. Family members tell me I need to go get a job. What you're doing isn't working. You need to just go ahead and quit. A lot of those people are regretting those words at this moment. But what's most important is that I have that belief in myself, and you have that belief in yourself that you can win and that you are special and that you can succeed as long as you put the work in, and you can do it. So that's what my page is going to be about. Okay, all of my videos, I'm going to give you the honest truth. Okay, I struggled. I mean, I did events. I used to be an event organizer, promoter. I've done events where nobody showed up. I've done parties, comedy shows. Nobody showed up. I mean, I gave everything I had, maxed out credit cards, only to make no money and barely make enough to be able to pay the workers and walk away just like, wow. There was actually times, I remember a time where I cried. It was just so frustrating. I just laid on the floor and just cried and said, What is it gonna take? Like I want this. I want it really bad. I cried, and then I remember getting up the next morning and saying, you know what, I'm gonna try it again. And little do I know, literally, like the next time was a win. Now, if I had to just quit and gave up, would have never experienced that. So, like, that's what I want to encourage everyone to never give up. Like, literally look at a loss as nothing but a lesson and say, hey, here's what I won't do again. I know one thing, that's what I won't do this again, or I won't do it like that. I'll adjust, but that's just like life, things are going to happen. 80% of, or life is 80% what happens. Let me make sure I get this right. Okay. Life it's 20% what happens to you, and 80% about how you respond to it. So you want to make sure that you respond in a positive way and understand that it's not you that's a failure. It's that venture or that situation. That situation failed, but you're not a failure. And you're just searching for that next win. And at the end of the day, we all are. I mean, Toys R Us is out of business. So they had a time where they were winning, and then now they're completely out of business. Okay, so that can happen. But my guess is maybe they'll come back in another form. Just like you, if you take a loss, you'll come back in another form. When I took losses, I came back in another form, a much stronger, much more wise, much more experienced form. And eventually, those losses do turn into wins over time. So keep the faith. Don't give up. Continue to believe in yourself and just persevere and just keep fighting. And if you have any questions, DM me, email me. I'll be more than happy to help. I'm always here to help as a resource, and I will give you honest feedback. I will tell you what adjustments need to be made. I'll tell you if you need to rework it. I'll tell you if you probably need to start over from the beginning and rebuild. But at the end of the day, the one thing that we won't discuss is giving up. That's not an option at all, ever. All right? Sax Floyd, DM me, email me, IGTV. Thanks for listening. We'll check y'all out on the next episode. Netflix and chill. What's your net worth?